Namaste, welcome. Thanks for coming to class today. Today's class is about balancing our heart chakra and balancing our emotional intelligence. As we know, our emotions control our behaviors, and when we have these emotional conflicts, if they're not addressed, then it becomes just a snowball effect and it continues to compound. And another thing that happens with allowing our emotions to take us over is we begin to get mental and physical illnesses, maybe like heart problems, and we also have issues with depression, loneliness, sadness. So it's very important that we learn how to control our emotional energy. And we're never given a manual or an education course on how do we deal with our emotions. I mean, it is considered a body. It is part of us, just like our mental energy, our physical energy, our spiritual energy. Our emotions are just energy in motion, and they can get overwhelming sometimes. So we'll work on opening our heart chakra today and strengthening our heart chakra today. We'll breathe into that place and to make more space, to give a sense of deeper connection and opening, and also to help move things out through the channels that may be stuck there. We'll be working on finding a sense of attention and awareness so that we're noticing based on our actions, our movements, positions, how we put our body in different postures can have a profound effect on our emotional energy. And the beauty of all of this is that the heart chakra can be balanced, and when it's in balance, we have more heart quality feelings such as more love, compassion, empathy, not only for ourselves, but we're also able to share and offer that to others. When the heart chakra is deficient, this is where we can get in trouble because we feel sad, depressed, lonely, and then we're looking for something to fill that void or that emptiness that we're feeling. So this can lead to looking for love in all of the wrong places, which then just compounds the emotional instabilities and conflicts that we're already having, because it's truly just superficial and temporary. It's not addressing the true energy center of shifting and bringing that energy center back into balance. So you'll need 2 blocks, a strap, and a blanket today to begin. So let's get started. We'll start today. You'll need your 2 blocks. You're going to place 1 block long ways, the length of your spine, and then the other block will be for your head. So you may have to adjust the block. You can start with the big side up and then turn it down just to get an idea of what feels right for you. So the very bottom tips of your shoulder blades, you can envision right at the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. You want to place the block right in the center of the spine. You're going to release over that block, and then your head will come to the other block. So if the block is too low and your throat is feeling restricted, like tight through here, then this is where you're going to want to adjust the block and bring it right behind the skull. So make sure it's not on your neck. Your neck is free. You're going to bring your toes toward the ceiling like you're standing through your feet in Mountain Pose Tadasana. And if this is too much on your lower back, you'll bring a blanket underneath your pelvis, under your seat, and you can also bend your knees, and that blanket or maybe even another block can give you some more height. So you play around and see what feels most comfortable, because you're going to be here for the breath practice. So take a moment to allow your body to release into this shape. You can turn your palms upward toward the sky. And just observing the natural rhythm of your breath. Just your involuntary inhalation and exhalation. Take your left hand and bring it right over the heart center. So the heel of the palm and the finger is over the heart and the fingers are over the breastbone. And then take your right hand and bring it right below your breastbone, right at the top of where the rib bones join, where your diaphragm muscle is. We're going to begin breathing deeply into the diaphragm first. So when you inhale, I want you to feel the expansion move up into the right hand, the lower hand at the ribs, and then it moves down into the belly, and then you'll feel it up into the chest. So take a cleansing breath first. Take a big, deep inhale. And slowly exhale. Now bring attention to the heart center. Begin inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. So adjust your breath. If you felt like you were running out of air before you got to the end of the count, then back it down to 3 count. But find your own flow and rhythm that feels like a balance of effort and ease with each breath. As you start to begin, you should feel the expansion of the diaphragm first into the right hand that's resting right onto the ribs. Down into the belly, it fills up, and then up into the chest. When you exhale, the last place you should feel that softening is up into the chest. And now that you found a rhythm with your breath, keep moving, paying attention, bringing deep awareness to that heart chakra, that energy center. And now I want you to visualize with each inhalation, there's a golden light expanding into that heart center. And with each exhalation, visualize letting go any darkness, negative emotions. And as you inhale, bringing that golden, beautiful light into that heart space. And as you exhale, releasing all the stressors, all the negative emotions. We're envisioning this golden light with each inhale to fill that space. And with each exhale, maintaining that golden light, releasing any darkness that you may have in your heart. completing the last cycle of breathing that you're on. Return back to your natural breath. Relax your arms down by your side and just take a moment to pause, soften, and feel. Continuing to bring attention to the heart space. And maybe even saying a mantra to yourself, my heart is full of love. My heart is full of compassion. My heart is full of empathy. Slowly bend your knees, walk your feet in towards your seat, shift to one side and gently roll off of your blocks. We'll move the blocks out of the way. And let's come over to hands and knees. As you come to the top of your mat, spread your fingers like the sun's rays. So envision that golden light of energy in your heart, and it's moving down into the arms and out through your fingertips like the sun's rays. Take a moment here to find neutral spine, a connection through the lower belly, that lift and that contracting energy to feel stabilization, and then feel a lengthening through your lower back. So we're finding center. Continue to focus on your breathing, focus on that golden light, nourishing your heart and bringing a sense of well-being and stability within those emotions. We'll move into cow and cat pose. On your inhale, you're going to move your inner thighs and groins back and apart, feeling the belly, the ribs drop, and then lifting through the breastbone, the throat, and the crown toward the sky. As you exhale, start at the root of the spine and slowly begin to round one vertebra at a time. When you feel your shoulders part, really feeling the lift through the front of the body, embracing all that is, embracing all of those emotions, embracing the energy of love. And on your exhale, feel the back body as if everything is flowing off and releasing that's not serving you. All those emotional instabilities, all of that darkness. And now start your flow, starting at the root of the spine. We'll do a few more. Inhale, moving into cow position, opening the heart. So from the finger pads, feel like you're dragging back toward the heels of the palms. Root strongly through your arms and lift up through your heart center. And on your exhale, slowly begin that flow as you round and turn deeply. Turn deeply into that heart of compassion and allow the mind to absorb that compassion. Inhale, slowly move back into your cow position, opening the heart. Last round here. And as you exhale, moving back into that cat. So feel that contraction and that strengthening happening through the front of your body, all the way from the lower belly, all the way up into your chest. And then slowly move back into neutral spine from here. We're going to move into spinal balance and tiger pose. So we'll start by extending the right arm and the left leg. On your next inhale, root down through the left arm and the right knee and stretch through the right arm and the left leg. So as you come into spinal balance, hold, find your center of power. Envision that nice golden light from your heart reaching through the extremities of your body, warming you. Inhale, draw your left heel towards your buttock. As you exhale, reach back and catch the foot. Now move more back into that cow position, but push down and pull up so you feel that expansion moving through the heart center as you look forward with a soft gaze. Inhale, re-extend back into your spinal balance. Exhale, come back into all fours. Moving to the opposite side, inhaling the left arm and the right leg, extending and reaching those golden rays of light radiating from the heart center. Find your stability and find your strength to maintain that connection. Even take from the left fingertips, draw that head of that arm bone back and root in a little stronger into that heart space and feel as if the arm is a ray of light extending from you. Inhale, draw the right heel toward the buttock. Exhale, reach back, catch the foot or the ankle, and then slowly start to move back into that cow position. You're still maintaining a lift through the lower belly, so you're not just dumping into your lower back. So root the tailbone in as if you're trying to extend through the lower back a little bit, and then expand and open through the chest, the arm, the front of that right thigh. On your next inhale, slowly return back into that spinal balance. Exhale, hold. Inhale, take another breath. And exhale, release. Slowly sit back onto your heels for a moment into Hero's Pose. Turn your palms upward. Lift through the heart center. Close your eyes or soften your gaze and take a moment just to feel any shift of energy, some new sensations, blood flow, just deepening your awareness and your connection here. Slowly open your eyes. Take your 2 blocks again, and you're going to bring them on the tall side on the end so they're vertical. And then from here, you're going to come up and you're going to, you can tuck your toes if you want to, or you can just keep your feet down and keep your seat down. But we're going to work on bringing the elbows to the blocks. So push your elbows into the top of the blocks, press your palms together, making that prayer, and then maybe walk back a little bit and then slowly start to release down. So we're working on melting that heart center here. You can keep the prayer up, or you can play with bringing the thumbs back toward your shoulders in the back. So we're pressing into the blocks straight down. So be conscious that you're not pulling the blocks. You're rooting down. So push down toward the earth and then let the heart soften toward the earth. And then connect back to those deep breaths. You feel a lot of strengthening happening through your upper back, and you feel that open chest expansion through the heart center. Let the breath expand that space of the heart with that full deep inhalation here. And with the exhale, feel a sense of surrendering to what is, and allowing it all to flow through you. Take a couple of slow, deep breaths here, inhaling and exhaling. On your next inhale, bring the prayer back to center. Push yourself back up, and then we'll move the blocks out of the way. Walk your hands forward. Ground through the 4 cornerstones of your hands. Press through your finger pads, and on your next inhale, float your knees up, but keep your heart lifting. Keep lifting the heart as if you're trying to pull the heart through the gateway of the arm bones. Root your tailbone, feel a little more lift through your lower belly, and then start to stretch. Really stretch and feel that expansion moving from the fingertips up into the shoulders, from the shoulders and armpits all the way down into the hips. And then when you feel like you've gotten as low and melted toward the earth as you can, then slowly start to stretch through your legs. You can start to cycle your legs out here and just feeling that nice opening. Downward dog is such a wonderful pose to do for strengthening and opening the body, both. Take a couple of more cycles here of pedaling the legs and yoking your breath with your movements. Last one. And then slowly lift your heart, look forward again, and then round into your belly here, and then slowly start to come forward into your plank pose. Hold your plank, working on now strengthening. Feel the power here moving from the heart space down through the hands and from the hands pulling back up into the heart space. Inhale. As you exhale, bend the knees, melt the heart back toward the ground, and then slowly stretch the hips and sits bones high toward the sky again. As you press down through your hands and your fingerprints, pull your arm bones up toward the sky like they're rays of light coming from the heart center. Inhale, slowly bend the knees again, look up, kind of like a downward dog cow pose. As you exhale, slowly from here, round in toward a cat a little bit to come to plank pose. Hold and breathe. Take one more full deep inhale and exhale. And then slowly bend the knees again. Lift your seat toward the sky. Lift your heart toward the front of the mat. Pull the arm bones up and then melt back toward the earth. Maybe this time you can even get your forehead to the ground and come into this variation of down dog. So just as much you want to open your heart, you can work it slowly deepening into that space and opening from the strength that you've created. On your next inhale, slowly come forward back into your plank position. Last time, hold and breathe. And then slowly bend your knees again. As you come out of that, stretch back into your down dog. Inhale, stretch your right leg up to your three-legged dog. As you exhale, round your knee to your nose. Look between your palms and then step. Release your back knee toward the earth. Take a moment here. As you come into this low lunge position, kick that left knee back as much as you need to so you're not directly in the center of your kneecap, but you're becoming more above the kneecap. Inhale, lengthen and lift the heart. So if you need your blocks to make a little bit more space here, you can use your blocks and bring the blocks on either side of that right foot to get your heart more open. So if you're feeling like you're being pushed down by keeping your hands down, go ahead and bring your blocks up and that'll give you a little more space. Inhale, open the heart center. As you exhale, stretch back into that runner's lunge, keeping the heart lifted. Inhale, press back. So opening now through the front of that left hip and thigh. Exhale, stretch back. Feel that lengthening and opening through the back of the hamstring, the back of now that right thigh. One more. Inhale, press, open. Exhale, reach, soften. Inhale, come back into that low lunge. As you exhale, draw that left heel in. So if you want to take a block now and bring it here, that could be helpful. But you're going to reach back with your right hand catch the foot. Work on drawing that leg in and then slowly start to come into a spinal twist here. Push down to pull up and then open and continue to expand into the space that you can sustain stability, but yet feel that open expression through the heart center as you lean back. On your next inhale, slowly unwrap, come back through to center, release your hands down, tuck your back toe under, inhale, lift the back leg, exhale, come back into your downward dog pose. Take a moment to cycle it out. Inhale, stretch your left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw the knee in, round, knee toward nose. Gaze between the palms and step forward, releasing that right knee all the way down. Adjust as you need to. You can bump that knee back if you need to. Take a moment to come upright. Find your power. Use those blocks if that's going to open your heart a little bit more. Find your power here and lift out of that strength. Inhale. As you exhale, slowly shift the hips back, deepening into that runner's lunge. Feeling that stretch through the back of your left thigh. Inhale, bring yourself back forward again. Exhale, reach it back. So heart openers, as you know, they require opening up the chest and the hips because we know there's going to be some back bending happening to peel those layers of that we're protecting ourselves from. Whatever we're protecting, we tend to layer on. We put veils on. We build walls around us to protect that heart center. So yoga gives us this opportunity, inhale, come forward, to be able to become lighter and more open and release all of that stuff that we're trying to hide from, shield ourselves from, run from. Last one, come right back into that runner stretch. Inhale, come back to your low lunge, hold. Take a moment to keep lengthening and deepening into the hips. Add that little scissoring of the legs, so pull the legs toward each other and you'll feel more muscular strength and stability. Maintain that. Inhale, bend that right knee, reach back, catch the foot, and then work on deepening it. So, if you're tight, you might need a strap here, but you can use your hand on the outside, or if you want to go deeper, just spin the fingertips toward the ankle and then slowly work that foot in. Inhale, push to pull yourself up and out of your hips. And then as you exhale, start to twist and open through that heart space. Breathing deeply into the body. Inhale, root. Exhale, open. Inhale, root. Exhale, open. On your next inhale, slowly revolve back through to center again. Tuck your back toe under, lift the back knee, and then come back into downward dog. Please feel free to take a child's pose if you need it to honor your body. Wherever you're at, take what's serving you and release what's not serving you. Just let that go, or create your own variation that works for your body. We'll meet back into the downward facing dog. melting through the heart space here. If you need to take a child's pose, take a child's pose. Give yourself that time to honor your body. From your downward facing dog, inhale, slowly come forward, coming into plank pose. Really draw forward like you're going beyond the wrist a little bit. You can modify by dropping the knees down. Inhale. As you exhale, slowly lower to chaturanga. Inhale, reach through, releasing the pelvis, and come into a little cobra pose. Pause here for a moment, hold, working on building your strength, maybe even lifting the hands off of the mat. And now bring your fingertips outside of your mat, draw your shoulders back, and then inhale, come up into a stretchy cobra pose here, lengthening and opening through the heart center. Inhale again, exhale, slowly lower all the way back down again. Bring your hands underneath your pelvis. So you're going to lift your pelvis. You can wrap your thumbs and bring the thumb side to the creases of your hips where the thigh joins the hip. Or you can make a diamond shape by flattening the palms and bringing the index and thumb to touch. Lift your right leg and wrap the thigh in. That will broaden from the sacrum out through the outer hip, and relax that down and then just feel that side. Lift your left leg a little bit, wrap it in, broaden through the left side. Hold here, moving into Shalabhasana. Locust pose. On your next inhale, lift your legs up and hold and breathe. Inhale, exhale, slowly release. Bring your palms by your rib cage, push yourself all the way up, and now walk yourself up. We're going to move into Astrasana. So if your back has some issues going on, and you can use a block between your thighs, and you can just keep your hands on either side of your sacrum here. So find what props you need, or if you're not comfortable doing this, you can just work on lifting your heart center this way if you really have some back issues going on. So let's start by bringing our hands behind us. You can also tuck your toes under, which if you're reaching to full Ustrasana camel pose, you can have a little closer space to reach your heel. Wrap your elbows back. Root your tailbone in so you get this length through the lower back and this lift from the pelvic floor toward the navel. Maintain that. Inhale, open the heart space. As you exhale, slowly start to deepen at your pace into your version of camel. If you reach your hand back and you feel your foot, great. Go ahead and take hold of your feet and deepen the pelvis forward as you lift and open the heart toward the sky. If your neck is an issue, think about not just dropping your head if that's too much on your neck, but gently lengthening back. Keeping us some space through the back of the neck too. You can either root to rise, coming up with your heart, or bring your hands to your pelvis and inhale, root down and rise back up. From here, slowly open your knees wide, 2 big toes to touch, and gently release into a relaxed child's pose. Bring your hands back towards your feet to seal the energy that you just created. So back bending is very stimulating to the nervous system also. So all that good openness of those neurons firing is helping you open and expand and bring life and blood flow to those channels to help clear out those negative emotions. It's like a breath of fresh air. Take one more full deep inhale and exhale here. On your next inhale, lift your head. Exhale, push yourself all the way back up. We're going to do one more heart opening stretch. So we'll come back to the all fours. So you're going to keep your hips over your knees and you're just going to walk your hands out. And then slowly move into puppy pose here. So I'm pressing through my hands, but I'm lifting my arms and shoulders into my back. And I'm resting right on my forehead here. So this is one variation. Another variation is to get the heart down all the way toward the ground, maybe resting on your chin here. That would be another variation. So finding what's working for you and then maybe relaxing the arms down and seeing if you can melt the heart anymore. Slowly begin to push down. Walk yourself back. Now bring your hands to the top of the mat and drop your elbows down and then walk your feet back and release your pelvis to the mat. Coming now into Sphinx Pose. Again, lift one leg, wrap it in, and then lift the other leg and wrap it in. Press through your forearms and lift your heart center here and breathe deeply. So here you should not just be hanging out. Press through your hands strong. So as if I was there trying to flip the tips of your fingers up, but they won't come up because they're like strong roots into the earth. And these four cornerstones here. Keep rooting there. Isometrically drag back from those finger pads. Feel the engagement all the way up through your arms into your heart center, into your shoulders, and then open your heart center here. So as you drag back, you feel like you're opening and pulling the heart through the gateway of your arms. If you want more intensity, you can push down. You can come up into seal pose. If you want a little more, you can start to walk your hands in towards you and deepen that expression. And then from my pelvis, your pubic bone stays on the ground, and from the pelvis back through your toes, it's heavy like a dinosaur tail, like a dragon's tail. Slowly from here, release back down again. Let your arms rest by your side. Turn your cheek to one side and just take a moment to feel the flow. Feel how energy is moving through you. And basically, isn't that what emotions are? Energy and motion. Turn your forehead back toward the ground. We're going to move into Dhanurasana Bow Pose. Bend your right knee and pull the heel toward your buttock and catch the top of the foot or your ankle. Bend your left knee, catch the foot or the ankle. Now lift your collarbones and lift your arm bones and deepen your shoulders blades in toward your spine. And now root your tailbone in. So draw your tailbone towards your pubic bone so you feel that heaviness through your pelvis. And on your next inhale, push your feet into your hands and then slowly start to bring yourself upright. So if you have a strong root, you may be able to come all the way up. If you want to get a little more lift through the back, you can come more toward the top of the pelvic bones and then lift through the back. So just playing with your variation of Dhanurasana that feels right for you. Take one more full deep inhale and exhale here. Inhale, and then exhale, slowly release back down again. Release your feet. Now turn your cheek to the other side. Let your shoulders drop toward the earth. And take a couple of deep cleansing breaths here. Really feeling that flow of life now. One more breath. Slowly turn your forehead back to the mat. Bring your palms by your rib cage. Push into your palms. Pull up onto your hands and knees from here. Then we're just going to release our seat and bring our feet toward the front of the mat. Grab the back of your thighs for a moment and then pull like you're rooting your femur bones back toward your pelvis to feel that heaviness in your sits bones, and then draw and open the heart space here. Keep your feet strongly rooted. Walk your hands back behind you, drawing the fingers toward the buttocks. Wrap your elbows back, and then again, push to pull. Feel those opposites there. I'm pushing down to pull my heart upward toward the sky. And you can even think about the tips of your shoulder blades are like the pedestal legs that your heart is sitting on, opening and presenting the beauty of your own heart space. From here, we're going to move into reverse tabletop. So when you're ready, push through your hands and your feet and slowly lift your seat off of the mat, coming into reverse tabletop. Breathe deeply, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Now slowly start to release down. Lift the balls of your feet up. Now pull your seat. Might have to widen your hands. Pull your seat between your hands and then round in towards your belly. Squeeze tight. Tight, tight, tight. Your seat's off the ground. Inhale, bend your knees, push back into your feet, lift your seat toward the sky, open your heart, deepen into that expression of reverse table. And as you exhale, slowly start to bring yourself back and round in, feeling that strengthening through the front body. Last one, inhale, push down, pull yourself up. And exhale, turn in. Take a moment, maintain your strength, but honor and feel the love radiating from your heart. Feel the compassion. Feel the empathy. Slowly release your seat toward the earth. Inhale, stretch your arms forward, spread your fingers, stretch up, look up, open up. And as you exhale, bow in, coming in to Paschimottanasana, the forward fold. deepening, feeling now, turning in, paying attention to the shifts that your practice has brought thus far. Allowing yourself to be bathed into that energy of love. On your next inhale, root down, rise back up. We're going to move onto our back, so you might want to shift your feet toward the front edge of your mat. Inhale, stretch your arms forward. As you exhale, slowly start to roll down one vertebra at a time. Squeezing, breathing, and feeling. Once you come all the way down, stretch your arms overhead, lengthen. Feeling that golden light of the heart moving through the opposite polar ends of your body, encompassing your whole self internally and externally. Allowing yourself to focus on that energy at the heart space here. Feeling the warmth, feeling the glow, feeling the love, feeling the compassion, and feeling the empathy. Not only for yourself, which is very important for your self-care, but also being able to share that with others so that they can benefit from your golden light. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, reach the hands down. We're going to bring the palms underneath our seat, elbows come under us. Bring the feet together, pull the elbows in, and work your shoulder blades deeply in toward your spine. We're going to move into Matsyasana fish pose. On your next inhale, push down and pull your heart up, and then gently open the heart and the throat and release the crown down into the ground. If this is challenging for you, go back up on your blocks, like what we started with, because that's basically supported fish pose there. So you can use the support of the blocks if this is too much for you to come into this full version of Matsyasana. One more breath. Now to come out of this, lift your head and tuck your chin toward your chest and then gently release down. Release your hands out from under you. Inhale, stretch your arms toward the sky. Exhale, come back into that full body stretch. Bringing the arms extended overhead, point through the toes, reach through your fingertips. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Releasing any last bit of heaviness, darkness, whatever you feel that creates those instabilities through your emotions. Just let it go completely. And bring in the new positive energy and vibe that you've created in this practice today. Inhale, bring the arms up. As you exhale, bring the palms down by your side. Bend your knees, bring them in, and just open up now, bringing the soles of your feet together into Supta Badakanasana, Cobbler's pose. Again, let's bring the left hand back to the heart center. The right hand right at the diaphragm at the bottom, because this is where I want to see if now, without manipulating your breath, Can you feel the diaphragm initiating first so that you're not chest breathing? So when we're all bottled up with all these negative emotions and all these instabilities and everything gets ramped up, we tend to bypass the diaphragm and we just breathe very shallow in our chest. Now I want you to feel, can you feel when your natural breath is happening that it's more at the bottom hand? Slowly begin to release the palms face up by your side. Stretch your right leg out. Stretch your left leg out. Relax your body completely. Adjust anything you need to. Get any prop that you need to make yourself completely surrender to this next few minutes of relaxation, to integrate all of the wonderful energies, awarenesses, attention, focus, actions, everything you've offered your practice today. You have fed it. You have fed the wellspring of your heart. Can you feel a shift? Do you feel the openness? Do you feel the strength? Do you feel the awareness? Do you feel any shifts? Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Please stay in Shavasana as long as you need to enjoy the fruits of your practice. If you're ready to come out, bend your knees, stretch one arm overhead, gently roll to that side, pause there for a few breaths. Slowly root down, rise up. Try to keep your eyes closed so you're trusting the process as you move through that darkness. As you come back into your seat, stretch up through your spine, open your heart space by lifting your breastbone. Allow your throat to open, breathe into the body, feeling this new energy from the practice. On your next inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Join your palms overhead to seal this energy and bring them right through to the heart center. Use this prayer to embrace every part of yourself, knowing that every day is different, but it's a practice. So continue practicing, continue opening and strengthening, so that you can allow these emotions to flow through you and not be trapped and hung up in them to where it's bringing you into a downward spiral. Thank you for sharing. May this practice not only balance your emotional intelligence, but may it open your heart and strengthen your heart to move beyond so you can go, grow, and glow. From my heart to yours. Namaste.